What's up, guys? This is Showtime's Fight Form, and this is Showtime. Thank you guys for watching. As always, you already know the deal. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. And let's get into the nitty-gritty. Today is going to be my reaction off of UFC 268, and boy, did it deliver. I mean, at the end of the day, there's certain times where there's fights or there's cards where you just sit here and say, there's no way it's not going to deliver. There was too many fire fights throughout the entire card for this not to be an amazing card. Like it had to happen. And it was super unfortunate for me personally that it ran at the same time as Canelo, which I'm also going to do one later about, just because, you know, I wanted to see both. And granted, yes, I could have seen both like Dana White did. However, you know, it's not as fun. I wanted to like equally watch and provide my time to it. So watching the Rose fight, then watching Canelo at the same time, it kind of sucked. Yeah. And then also I was chilling at my homies in North Carolina, and I was super upset because I went to go see my team play and we got waxed. Sam Darnold, you suck. And yeah, so that was my weekend. Now let's just go ahead and get right to these fights. But we're gonna start in main card order. Obviously, I would love to break down every single fight that happened throughout the entire card, but we don't have time for that. So we're going to start off with the fight that I told you guys was gonna be fight of the night. The fight that it really didn't take a rocket scientist to sit here and say this was gonna be the best fight of the night. As long as it lasted longer than a round, it was going to be fight of the night. And that is Michael freaking Chandler versus Justin freaking Gaethje. The Backflip Twins. Whatever you want to call them, that's what you can call them. And, I mean, look, the only thing that I'm surprised about is the fact that it lasted. Ain't no way in hell. I honestly, I should have done the over-under of, like, it going the distance or not. Whoever put that up there, I know they made a lot of money because I'm pretty sure nobody expected this to last longer than the first round. And I mean, to actually break down the fight, it was exactly what we expected. Michael Chandler threw bombs. Justin Gaethje, he was a little patient, but he started throwing bombs and started picking away as well. They both had their spots. The first round, I gave to Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler was hurting Justin Gaethje a few times. And towards the end, I started to see Justin Gaethje start to gain speed, and you can start to see Michael Chandler was a little tired. I honestly think these two guys kind of had different mindsets. They both was like, all right, we're definitely going to stand and bang. We're definitely going to throw these hands. However, I think Justin Gaethje was more so like, I'm trying to still win this fight. So yes, I'm here to like make this fun, but I'm also trying to win. So I'm not going to go too crazy and like let the gas tank, I'm just let the gas on full throttle the first period. And we still got a few more rounds because you might survive. Whereas in Michael Chandler, he seemed like, bro, I'm trying to give everybody a show. I'm trying to show these guys that I'm here for exciting fights and I can bang with the best of them. And he gassed himself out in my opinion. I thought he was so tired in that first round. However, he hurt him so many times and I thought he landed the more powerful shots throughout the first round. I gave it to Michael Chandler. Now the second round, start to wear a little damage, and then also he started to slow up a little bit. He started to do those leg kicks. Then eventually he landed a monster uppercut that sat Michael Chandler. I thought the fight was going to be over. No way in hell did I think Michael Chandler was going to land it. I told you, when Michael Chandler gets hurt, it's pretty much a wrap. That's pretty much all he got. It's no, yeah, I get hurt, then I'm going to come back. It's normally I got hurt. Oh, well, nice try. Better luck next week. But he got up and he went back to work. And these guys it was a good battle. Justin Gaethje definitely pulled away. And, you know, he definitely won that second round. I don't know if Michael Chandler really thought or knew how close the fight was technically on a scorecard level, because I had it 1-1. Michael Chandler had a chance in that third period. But, I mean, I don't know if it was the gas tank or he just didn't have enough in him or he didn't want to get finished. He was still hurt. But he kind of let off on the gas a little bit. And Justin Gaethje was being smart and calculated. He landed some good shots to fight. I mean, I know for a fact the ref was looking at Michael Chandler in the third period, like looking for an opportunity to stop the fight because, man, that dude ate a lot of punches. And people want to sit here and say that fight should have been 5 rounds. I am going to tell you right now, I am happy that fight didn't last 5 rounds. That type of fight is what kills a person. Michael Chandler been in a few wars. Justin Gaethje been in a bunch of wars. I want to preserve these guys as much as possible. We can keep getting battles like this. And I do think Michael Chandler's on the verge of eventually retiring soon. So that's why he's asking for the big fights. But yeah, I'm happy it was only 3 rounds because Michael Chandler, he got punched in the face way too many times in my opinion. So now it's like, what's next for both? Some people are saying this was the title eliminator. I personally wouldn't. If I was Dana White, I'm not giving the winner of this a title fight. And it's not anything bad about them. I just think that there's new fresh blood that we could still have, you know, compete for the title. You have Islam, you have Beneil Dariush. I mean, you have new people that, you know, can also have the opportunities to fight not Gaethje, but Charles Oliveira or Dustin Poirier. However, because I mean, you know, the winner would have been possibly a rematch. So it's like, not. I personally wanted new blood. So I'm thinking if Justin Gaethje wants another fight, or he should take another fight instead of like demanding a title shot, even though I think he'll probably try to do the Carla Esparza and demand and wait. I think that he should fight Beneil Dariush. I think that that's a very great matchup for both guys. I think that Beneil Dariush, while he's been on a great great winning streak, I do think he's been benefiting from matchups with people who are lacking the wrestling. And if fighting Justin Gaethje, if he beats Justin Gaethje, I mean, bro, there's no denying that you deserve to be the title contender. And I kind of also want to see Islam fight for the title. That's another thing. I just think that man is just he's just that good right now. Yeah. So if I was Dana White, I would offer Beneil Dariush. Now what's next for Michael Chandler? Michael Chandler already said it, and I'm down for it. And that's Conor freaking McGregor. That is a perfect fight. That is a 155-pound version of Chad Mendes versus Conor McGregor. It's a winnable fight for Conor McGregor, so he can get his feet wet and get another win. And honestly, Michael Chandler can very well win this fight as well, because Conor might be washed. We don't know. So I would love to see that fight. That's the fight that needs to be made. So now let's go with the Shane Burgos and Billy Portillo. I was right. Right? I told you guys. I almost was right on the stoppage. I said TKO second. He almost finished it in the second round. Fun fight. Shane Burgos, way to go, man. You're on a winning after the two fight losing skid. Now you're on the winning column. You did a great job. Excellent fight. Billy, I thought he showed that he belongs here. He belongs in the top 15, and he can compete with the top 15. So I love the fight. What's next for both? I mean, Shane, he still is a far away from a title shot. And he could probably look for somebody else in the division in the top 15. I really can't think of anybody offhand that is not booked. But obviously he has to stay in the top 15 and not take any of these guys that's outside of it, because I know he wants to gain momentum. So yeah, excellent fight. I'm just happy I was right about that. Ding. All right, so now the fight after that was a Frankie Edgar, and we have Marlon Vera. I'll say this, all right, because I don't want to just like poop on Frankie Edgar. He had a good fight. All right, first round, you can say he won. He looked good. He didn't look bad. However, we have to just accept the fact that he is washed. He's no longer Frankie Edgar of 2012. This is Frankie Edgar 2021. He is old. He does not have the chin anymore. He can't take that damage that he used to be able to take. He's not as fast anymore. His footwork is not as good. So unfortunately, it was we knew it was gonna happen. Marlon Vera's a dog, man. He's in his prime. He's getting better, man. So there's no way that I saw Frankie was gonna win this fight. And I honestly didn't think he was gonna escape with his consciousness. It was a brutal knockout, a very brutal knockout, like I said it was gonna be. So yeah, Frankie, unfortunately, I just think you need to retire, man. I'm sorry, bro. That's just the next avenue for you. Think you're a great fighter, but you need to save the brain cells and, attend to your kids and wrestling and all that good stuff. I love Frankie Edgar, man. I think he's a good dude, but at the same time, your career, I'm sorry, but it's over. Like, there's no way you're going to be able to compete with these young monsters. Marlon Vera, man, Rob Font is already booked up for a fight, but I would love to see him fight Rob Font. I'm pretty sure Rob is already booked for a fight, but that's a fight that I would just be very interested in seeing how that plays out. And yeah, I know Cody's also booked, but I don't know if Cody plans on staying at 125, but if he doesn't plan on staying at 125, I'd also like to see Vera versus Cody Garbrandt. I think that'd be a very fun fight. And it's not easy for neither one of them. So now we're going to the title fights. This is the only one I was wrong on the card. I was correct about every fight until the co-main, and it was a close fight. And some people honestly had Weili winning. I'm not one of those people, though. I wanted Weili to win. I'm saying this right now. I wanted her to win. I'm a big fan of Weili. However, she lost that fight. There's no way you give her 4 or 5. And I was very disappointed. I was very disappointed in her grappling. She got out grappled by Rose. I would have never expected that. This is not this, like, say Rose is not a good grappler. She is a very good grappler. However, Weili, I assume, especially working with Henry Cejudo, I thought had the next level of grappling. So, I was a little disappointed in her grappling. Striking, that's a tough pill to swallow. I've already said it before when it comes to Rose. Rose is like the Anthony Pettis of the women's division. And her striking, you give her space, she will pick you apart. She has a quick jab. She has very quick feet. She's great footwork. I mean, she's a tough task to beat. Regardless, when she's on her A game, you can argue she's the best 115 pounder ever. And realistically, you can still argue that she's probably the best ever at 115. She has 2 wins over Joanna, 2 wins over Wei Li. I mean, if she fights Carla and beats her, realistically, how can we not say she's the greatest of all time at 115? Yes, Joanna had a longer streak, but Rose beating all these girls, including Joanna, and finish Joanna. So yeah, I mean, it's very hard to, you know, sit there and put anybody against her. And it was, like I said, a very close fight. I had it 3-2 Rose. I thought the 5th round was the decider. I was very disappointed once again that Wei Li didn't know how to get up from bottom. And I don't know if she was just gassed out and couldn't do it, but Thug was being a champ, and she knew what to do: ride her out, ride the timeout, and get this win. And that's championship experience right there. So yeah, what's next for both? I mean, I don't necessarily know, because I would have assumed it would have been Carla Esparza. That's the most logical decision. I mean, she's already beat Thug right now. She's already beat Thug. So common sense would say, and then also Carla's on a run and she seems to be better. Why would we not want to see that fight? Dana, for some reason, doesn't want to reward her because she's waiting, but you rewarded Tyron Woodley when he waited. Like, I don't get that. Like, how many times have we rewarded Conor McGregor for like holding up a division? Like, as I recall, yes, he was champion, but then he got stripped and then he went to go fight Floyd and then he got a title shot right after. Like, how are we getting these favoritisms? Like, I know Carla doesn't sell tickets, so that's probably why she doesn't get that. However, like, you want to have integrity. She's the next person up. People want to bring up Tatiana Suarez. She hasn't fought in like 2 years. And also, I thought she was fighting at 125. Who? Mackenzie Dern? Hell no. Like, who? Rodriguez? I mean, no, not right now. She have one more fight. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do, but it should be Carla Esparza. Wei Li, in my opinion, I think she should go to 125. I don't see her getting a title shot anytime soon. If she wants to fight for another belt, why not go up? I mean, I think she's strong. I mean, have you seen her build? I think she has the build to do it. She has the skill set to do it. Is she beat Valentina? Hell nah. However, it's another opportunity to possibly, you know, shock the world. Now, let's go into the main event of the evening. Introducing first. All right, so we have to go and talk about Kamaru Usman versus Colby Covington. The fight that I was super excited to see. I've said this before. I do not like Colby Covington whatsoever, but I am a humongous fan of his fights. I will watch him fight any day of the week. He is a fun fighter. Action-packed, pushes the pace, he breaks people. Kamaru Usman is super fun as well. He breaks people too. He's too big. He's too strong. I mean, at the end of the day, he's phenomenal wrestling. So this is going to obviously be an amazing fight. Yeah, did it live up to the first one? No, but the first one was one of the best welterweight title fights you'll ever see. So I didn't expect that, but I expected a good fight, and we did get a good fight. I was actually, I'm not gonna say I was disappointed in Kamaru, because at the end of the day, Colby's a tough out for anybody. I was just disappointed in how patient he was. I thought he was a little too patient, and he was a little too trigger shy at times. I thought he could push the pace a little bit more and throw a little bit more combinations. But I've said this before. Kamaru, as I do think he's the pound for pound best, he does lack striking still. Head movement. He gets punched in the face a lot, especially from a volume guy. He likes to stand in the pocket. He has a big ass head. That's that African Nigerian head. That head is humongous to get hit. Also, I don't love his hooks. I hate them. I think his 1-2s are powerful, but when he throws those hooks, it's so wide and so unconventional, and they just almost never land. So, I mean, it wasn't really my thing. But yeah, breaking down the rounds by round, first round was very close. Still gave it to Kamaru. Thought he was the aggressor. I thought he was pushing the pace a little bit more. I didn't really care for Colby's volume. It wasn't really there. Kind of seemed like he was kind of scared at one point. Second round, clear Kamaru Usman. And honestly, I'm going to be one of the people to start saying that was a 10-8. We got to start rewarding 10-8s. You got dropped twice, bro. Twice. That is a 10-8. In boxing, you get dropped twice. That's a 10-7. We can at least reward. I don't care how close it could have been beforehand. You got dropped twice. You almost got finished. That is a 10-8 bar none. So I don't get why people keep saying 10-9. No, that was a 10-8. Third round, very close. Colby started to, honestly, after he took his best shot, he was like, you know what? Like, I can get back in this. And he showed what he is. He's a true champ, man. I don't like him, but he is a champion. He is a fighter. So yeah. Once again, we get to the third round. I gave it to Colby. Fourth round, I also gave it to Colby. I thought that was his best round. I thought he hurt Kamaru a few times. Once again, big ass head, a lot of volume, easy target. Fifth round, I thought was so close, and you could have realistically given it to either one, because towards the last minute, neither one really did much to stand out. I gave it to Kamaru for aggression and power, but that was by the hair of my chinny chin chin. All right, so yeah, I mean, it was a close fight, but I still thought if anybody won, you put the totality of the entire fight, who won? It was Kamaru Usman, and he is, and still, you want to know what's next? You can say Leon Edwards if he wins. If Leon doesn't win, it needs to be Vicente Luque. If it's not Vicente Luque, I genuinely don't know. Do you want to go Hazmat? I say Hazmat. Like, do you want to go Chimaev? Possibly, but he needs another fight in my opinion. Top 5 fight. He doesn't have that yet. So yeah, I would say Vicente Luque or Leon Edwards is next. Colby Covington, the world is your oyster. Try to fight Dustin Poirier. Or fight Jorge. Those seem like the most logical those are the most logical situations. But my next show, I'm gonna break down Kamaru Usman and see, is he really the welterweight best? Because I've been hearing that of all time. I want to know if you agree or not. My next episode will tell you if I agree with that or not. But as always, tell me what you think. Comment, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. This is Showtime's Fight Forum. Thank you guys for watching.